When we think about goals and planning, most of us picture big dreams, things like buying a house, raising a family, finding stability, or choosing a career, or one day reaching retirement. But for today's young, light industrial workforce, many of those ideas feel far away, maybe even impossible. And honestly, it's not their fault. The world changed fast, faster than the rulebook has updated. But here's the truth, or my belief anyway, is that goals and planning matter more now than they ever have. Especially in the warehouse environment, where opportunities are everywhere. Pathways are wide open, and advancement is 100% achievable for anyone willing to invest in themselves. Today I want to talk about why planning really matters, why so many young workers struggle with goal setting, and how building a personal roadmap, both in career and finances, can set someone up for that long-term success. We'll also talk about one of my favorite and the simplest ways to start building a savings, the 52-week savings chart. It's easy, and honestly, it's kind of fun. In warehousing, distribution, manufacturing, and production, we often focus on the daily task. Get the product in, put it away, pick or select the orders, load the trucks, do it accurately, and really above all, do it safely. It's fast-paced and it's physical. It's repetitive. And because of that, it's incredibly easy for young workers to fall into the mindset of, I'm just here for today. But here's the reality. Warehouse jobs lead to careers. Careers lead to stability. Stability leads to retirement. You can't get to retirement if you don't know where you're going, though. Here's a quick example. A 19-year-old fork operator isn't necessarily thinking about retirement. But imagine if they did. Imagine if they knew that by choosing the right industry, sticking with the right employer, and building the right habits, they could retire comfortably at 55 or 60, with a strong 401k or even savings to enjoy life. I sometimes feel too many young people think of work as what I'm doing today instead of what I'm building for tomorrow. And I get it, it's hard. And I think it's harder than it was just 15 years ago. Let's be honest, today's workforce is dealing with challenges older generations didn't face at the same time in their life. Definitely a higher cost of living, more job instability, and I don't even want to talk about the gig work that's out there. And there's much less long-term planning in schools, faster-moving workplaces, and a cultural shift towards right now instead of long-term. And if you add to that the fact that so many associates weren't taught how to budget, how to plan, and especially how to set career goals, I was so fortunate to have family and mentors in the industry that taught me to work for the future, not just the present. But retirement can feel so far away, it doesn't even feel real. Promotions feel random, and savings feel impossible. I believe this is where employers, supervisors, and experienced warehousemen should step in and teach the why and the how, and we as associates should listen and self-educate a bit on those finances. You may have heard me say so many times that a job pays the bills, a career builds a life. In the warehouse world, workers can start as general laborers, lumpers, pallet builders, sanitation, pickers, that's a big one, unloaders, roles that don't require experience, just an effort. From there, they can move into forklift operation, order selection, inventory control, quality control, dispatch, lead roles, supervisory roles. The list goes on and on, really. Management roles, operations, transportation, safety, training, and the global logistics like ocean shipping, import-export. And those are just a few of my favorites. The industry is full of opportunity and movement, but you only move when you know what direction you want to go. Each one of us should ask ourselves questions like these at least every quarter. Something like, where do I want to be in 3 years? What skills do I need to get there? What industry do I want to grow in? E-commerce, retail distribution, cold storage, manufacturing, production, and my personal favorite, an industry that worked out great for me and my family, food service distribution. Oh, and I want to list one more. I jotted down like 20 questions. I'm going to go with this one. What certifications or equipment experience can I add to my resume this year? Those are career questions, not job questions. And when a young worker understands that advancement is planned, not accidental, they start to see their daily task a little differently, I think. They start to realize that every pallet they pick, every shift they complete, and every decision they make is building towards something. Career growth isn't just about promotions, it's about stability. Stability, that's kind of an odd word. Merriam-Webster tells us that stability is the quality, state, or degree of being stable, such as the strength to stand or endure. I've always felt savings and planning could help with stability. A worker who saves a little handles emergencies better, can take a risk on a little bit better job, can move into a higher paying industry, and can invest in certifications or training, and can build towards, buying a car, a home, or building for that retirement. Savings isn't about being rich, it's about being ready. I think a lot of us struggle with savings because we think it requires those big numbers. We think savings has to start at like $100 a week or $50 a week. But savings can actually start small. Consistency beats amount. I've always loved the 52-week savings challenge. Now, this method is simple. You save the same amount of dollars as the week number of the year. Week 1, save $1. Week 2, put $2 aside. Week 3, put $3 aside, and so on to week 52, where we'll stash $52. There's no stress. No budgeting skills are needed. No complicated rules here. By the end of the year, we've saved $1,378, and that's before any interest or other investments. That's the power of consistency. It teaches us that money can add up fast. Small steps matter, and that habits matter. Planning matters. Anyone can save, no matter the wage. And imagine an 18-year-old doing this each year. By age 25, they've saved nearly $10,000, not including any interest. By age 30, almost $17,000. And by age 35, well, they're in a completely different financial world than their peers. When we as young warehouse persons learn this concept, the entire world opens up to us. We begin to see that the difference between struggle and stability isn't luck, it's planning. As you can tell, I'm kind of big on planning. We learn that goals matter, that careers don't happen by accident, that saving isn't really optional, that retirement isn't fantasy, it's our destination. And most importantly, we learn that we're in control. I've always felt our future isn't determined by a starting point. It's determined by our direction. You've heard me say so many times that warehouse work can take you anywhere, but it can't take you there if you don't know where you want to go. Career success is built in 2 pillars, a plan and the discipline to follow that plan. Saving money builds discipline. Career planning builds direction, and together, they build that life. I personally don't think today's young workers are lost. I feel they're just uninformed. They're capable, hardworking, loyal, and smart. They just haven't been taught and helped with the long-term lesson that our goal isn't today. Our goal is retirement. Every shift, every dollar saved, every skill learned, every certification earned, every good decision, even every safety moment moves us closer to that future. Now, of course, we have many more financial obligations. I don't want to make any of this sound easy because it's not. But planning will help us with our day-to-day bills also, raising our family and making all those major purchases, and help us accomplish all of our life goals. So, with us approaching and wrapping up the fourth quarter of 2025, I've started thinking of my 2026 goals, whereas from here, I can develop my plan for the entire year. We'll be talking more about planning and goals, as the year's approaching. And I want to thank you for checking in with Warehousing Operations as a Career today. During your next break, speak to a friend about your plans and get them started on theirs. It's great to have an accountability partner. And I'd like to add, y'all be safe out there this week.